Shalom to the household of faith. Let's begin this lesson by first and foremost give honor and glory to the power of our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. We give double honors to our head apostles, the elders, the bishops out of the great millstone that taught us this truth, and salutations, peace to the tabernacle of David. The 144,000 the men you see on the highways and the byways doing this work in sincerity and in truth by feeding the sheep and the household of faith. Family, I pray that this message finds all of you in perfect peace. And here we go. Here we go. Troops on the ground, and this is what we've been waiting for. Finally, troops on the ground. So the draft is not far behind. That's right, because this is all prophecy. Prophecy, prophecy, prophecy. The Lord, the host of the battle. The Lord is the one. And before we get into this article, just one article. This is going to be another version of quick hit. But let's go here quickly to the book of Isaiah. I'm going to come to Joel later. But Isaiah chapter 13 here, the Lord says this. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 3. It says this. Isaiah chapter 13. I, the Lord, have dedicated these soldiers for this task. This is what? The NLT. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 3. I, the Lord Yahweh, have dedicated these soldiers for this task. Yes, I have called mighty warriors to express my anger, and they will rejoice when I am exalted. Hear the noise on the mountain. Verse 4. It says, hear the noise on the mountains. Listen as the vast armies march. Okay, it is the noise and the shouting of many nations. The Lord Yahweh of heaven's armies has called this army together. They come from distant countries from beyond the farthest horizons. This will be America. They are the Lord's weapons to carry out his anger. With them, he will destroy the whole land. And that's what we are witnessing right now. America, this afternoon, okay? Today is what? Today's date is what? Again, I think it's the 14th, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, today is the 14th. Of what? Of March. Family, the days are flying by. You can't even keep track. It's a United States is assembling its largest naval force since 2003 outside Iran. Land attack at the gate. Okay, land attack. And this is what Aragachi, the Abbas Aragachi, the foreign minister of Iran, says they are waiting for American troops. Yes, they are waiting. Because family, according to Bible prophecy, that's right, the whole region is about to be filled with dead bodies. That's why Jeremiah 25 verse 33, the whole region is about to be filled with dead bodies. This is where we are. And he says an additional force of 5,000 Marines is being transferred. Listen to this. Here we go. The United States and the USS Tripoli was recorded crossing the Bashi Channel between Taiwan and the Philippines 1 day after departing Okinawa, Japan. Its course as observed by satellite shows that it is moving at a maximum speed. This is not an ordinary development in another part of the world. This is a speed race in times of war. Because why? America is losing. America today lost, I think, 5 of their aircraft. The refueling aircraft. 5 today. Oh yeah, family, things are heating up. It's a United States Tripoli. It's an amphibious assault ship. It is essentially a small aircraft carrier or helicopter carrier. Displacement 45,000 tons, length 844,000 feet. But let's get into the article. It said it is not a typical transport ship as it has been optimized as a Lightning carrier. This means that the F-35B Lightning II stealth fighters are being phased out. But anyway, the point is what? Let's scroll down here. Let's get to the meat, okay? It said the combined air power they carry is 150 plus combat aircraft, including stealth fighters, electronic warfare aircraft, and attack helicopters. It says here a large force consisting of 5,000 Marines. The Americans have not officially announced its size. It's almost been transported embarked from Okinawa, Japan for amphibious operation. I can't even get my word out. It said these are 3 aircraft carrier battle groups that are converging, the largest naval gathering in the Middle East since 2003. Family, we are at the end. We are at the end. It says certainly no amphibious assault ship is sent unless the Americans intend to put boots on the ground. That's what Iran have been waiting for. Boots on the ground. This is it. This is it. It is worth noting, however, that the USS Tripoli was withdrawn from the Taiwan Strait, which means that the US deterrence against China is being weakened. The US would not do this if it did not believe it was stagnant in Iran and needed to take drastic measures. Yeah, America is losing. So guess what? What are they going to do? That's why add more fuel to the fire, because this movie, according to what the Lord said, not me saying it. Family, I'm just a mouthpiece of the Lord. I'm just a mouthpiece. According to what the Lord says, America and Israel are going to be the losers of this war. We already know the end of the movie. America is going to be destroyed. Jeremiah 59 verse what? I said Jeremiah 59. Jeremiah 49 verse 21. No, verse 21 and 22. And Jeremiah 50 verse 45 and 46. We're going to get it. We're going to get those precepts because it's all about the precept. But let's read on. It says this here. It says here, a lightning carrier is not being transported to the Pacific at a maximum speed for a short operation, but because the existing forces are not enough. This means that the war is larger and more complex than has been described so far. Yes, America, Babylon the Great have bit more than what she can chew. She thought Iran was Venezuela. They've been planning for more than 30 plus years. I think they said it's going back to 40. They knew that eventually they have to fight the great Satan. So they've been planning for this. Is America ready? America is not ready. Because why? We already know the end of the movie. We know the end of the movie. This is the movie that America is going to use a nuclear weapon, and then the nations are going to turn on America and finish off America. Yeah, assembly of great nations to destroy Babylon the Great is America, United States. That's what the laws. That's right. That's what the Lord have said. And the Lord says the word that goes out of his mouth will not return to him void. You hear that? It says it is also worth noting that the American aircraft carrier USS George H.W. Bush is also heading to the Eastern Mediterranean. In total, 4 battle groups consisting of 4 aircraft carriers of various sizes will be near Iran or quite close. Perhaps this is why President Trump said that the most severe strikes against Iran will be next week, meaning the coming one. Family, we can make this up. You see what the Lord is doing for us? The Lord is literally spoiling us in these last days. The prophecies are jumping off the pages. If this doesn't excite you, that means you are in the wrong spirit. Let's go to the book of Joel. Family, this is going to be a quick hit. We are under 10 minutes and we are doing very good for time. Okay, let's go here. Joel chapter 2 verse 20, one of my favorite, because it talks about what? America being drawn into the Levant. That's right. And here we go. Joel chapter 2. We're going to read in the KJV. But I will, the Lord says, I will remove far off from you the northern army. This particular northern army is talking about what? America. And Lord, where are you driving America? Babakosha, please, Lord, let us know. Where are you driving America? Hear what the Lord says. Listen to what the Lord says. With his face. Let's read that again from the top. But I will remove America, Babylon the Great, far off from you, the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate. Barren goes into what? A desert. We looked that up yesterday. A desert. Which desert is going to? That's going to be what? The region around Saudi Arabia. It's a land barren and desolate, with his face towards the East Sea. He's talking about the Persian Gulf. That's right. That's the East Sea. But what? And then what? And his hinder part towards the outmost sea. That's talking about what? The Red Sea. Between the Red and the Persian Gulf. That is what? That is Saudi Arabia. And here what's going to happen? And his stink, talking about the dead bodies of the soldiers, shall come up, and his ill savor, the stench of rotten bodies, shall come up, because what? He have done great things. This is the war that finally brings Babylon the Great down to the graves, because some of them are going to what? Die in the Red Sea. Let's get that. Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 20 and 21. Hear what the Lord says. It says this. Listen to the noise. It says, listen to the Lord's plans against Edom. This is the NLT. Who is Edom? That's America. America. Edom is synonymous with what? Esau. Esau's name was changed to what? Edom. And right now, the Edomites are the one in rulership. And America happened to be what? The last empire, which is being ruled by what? Edomite. The Epstein class. They're all Edomites. You see, listen to the Lord's plan against Edom and the people of Teman. Even the little children will be dragged off like sheep. That goes off. It's talking about the least of the flock, the most hated. The most hated, despised are what? The small heart, the big nose, Amalek. The one ruling right now. That's right. But let's read this. Let's go back to Jeremiah 49 verse 20. Let's read it in the KJV. It says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, that he have taken against Edom, and his purpose, and his purposes that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock. Who's the least of the flock? The least of the flock is what? We just told you. The small heart, the big nose people. The one causing chaos all over the world. Meanwhile, they control every government all over. They control all this big corporation. That's still not enough for them. They are the least hated. The least of the flock. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. You hear that? Draw who out? Draw America out. How many times did Bibi Netanyahu visit Trump since Trump took office? Yeah, about 7 times. That's what the Lord says. And that's why America is doing the bidding of what? The small heart, because that's prophecy. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So America is going to be destroyed. And what? Israel is going to be destroyed. Right now, Tel Aviv is looking like Gaza. But here, verse 21, it said, the earth is moved at the noise of their fall. You hear that? It said the earth, the whole world is going to be shocked when they hear finally that America and Israel have been destroyed. You hear that? He says the earth is moved at the noise of their fall. At the cry, the noise therefore was heard in the Red Sea. Family, that's 12 minutes and 48 seconds. And Lord willing, I pray that this message finds all of you in perfect peace. So we are here. We are here. Look at this. This is the most beautiful image. All these ships all heading to the Red Sea. Majority of them are going to end up at the bottom of the sea. Because what? The name, the Lord, the same thing he did to Pharaoh. Pharaoh chariots are still in the Red Sea, including Pharaoh himself. That's right. Those bones are somewhere floating. Because that's what the Lord did. And the same thing is about to happen again. The Lord says what? History merely repeat itself. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.